Baby, baby, I got you there. You know, I love you. Lovely feeling. You've lost that lovely feeling. 'Cause it's gone, gone, gone. Dudes wearing thongs, thongs, thongs. Whoa, whoa, no. Dun-na, dun-na, dun-dun-dun-dun. Baby, baby, 451 is not for me. Ba-da, 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 ba-da. Baby, baby, you're in the woods, living with the trees. Better, better. Tents are for camping. Better, better. Soft, gentle heat is my high inspiration. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. You're my and my high inspiration. Without you, baby, what good am I? Without you, baby, what good am I? Nobody cares. Wah, wah, wah. Wah, 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 wah. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. I don't care. Nobody cares. This is a stupid place. This is a stupid place with a bunch of stupid people doing a bunch of stupid things. But at least we're honest about it. At least we're honest. And that's got to count for something. Don't roll up on Richie. That's all I got to say. Oh, fuck. You're going to roll up on Richie. Leave me alone. Okay? Leave Richie alone. Leave Richie alone. Don't roll up on Richie, please. It's bad for your health. Don't roll up on Richie. Don't roll up on Richie. Don't roll up on Richie. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't roll up on Richie. Might be bad for your health. Leave Richie alone. Caller, please.
Nobody fucking cares.
Caller, please state your name, caller.
Nobody cares.
Okay, caller, please state your name.
What's up, brother?
Who we got on the line tonight? Who's this?
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm new here.
Oh, Jeremy. Okay. And do you prefer soft, gentle heat?
I do.
Wow. Okay. Do you prefer 451?
I don't.
Oh, we're gonna need you to leave then because, we don't need that kind of intolerance here. You're full of hate. I'm trying to include everyone. I don't know what that means. Trying to include everyone. It's all right. Listen, everyone do what they want to do, but it's like no. You just need to accept it. You're like, wait, I got to do what you do. Accept it. You're like, I don't want to be 451. Like that's the end goal. It's just like accept the 451 or die. Like this is gonna be like Inquisition. It's like accept it. No. Accept it. It's gonna be like the Dark Ages, with the Spanish Inquisition.
What are you smoking? Oh, you got the classic Bonnie.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. I got your evil twin tonight.
Yeah, that's a complete opposite. Isn't that funny? This is like the first Montecristo on the non-Cuban side, and that's like pretty much the last one. The newest one, and both Montecristos, but different messages. But I feel both messages are appropriate from where they came. Like this was your grandpa's Montecristo. That cigar right there is for the modern man in 2020. You know what I'm saying though? So
Yeah.
that's really not a strong cigar in the sense that of its time. If that cigar, it's strong. What I'm saying is, if that cigar came out in 1980, it'd be shocking. If that cigar came out
Oh
in
yeah.
1980, guys would be like throwing up. They'd be like,
Yeah.
"What the hell is this?"
Yeah.
Because
Nobody'd be
1980s guys
smoking
were
this one.
smoking like Macanudo, like
Yeah.
like tough guys. I remember you see like mafia movies and guys are smoking Macanudo. They weren't smoking strong sticks. You know what I'm saying though? Well, I mean, to them that might have been strong at the time.
Hmm. Hmm.
But clearly things have escalated. So now a Monte Cristo 1935 is even in my own life. You know, Monte Cristo never made strong cigars, medium at best. Um, that cigar is stout.
Yeah. I
What do you
think
think
it's
about it?
stronger than the El Rey del Mundo. Would you say?
Oh, definitely,
Yeah.
and darker and
Yeah.
heavier. That cigar is loaded for bear. Any
I
stronger than that,
honestly, I think I might like this better than the El Rey. I have to say.
but I just think you like stronger cigars because you don't even like Connecticut. I think you're basing it on you just prefer stronger cigars instead of just saying. Well, I mean, you could choose whatever you want. I'm just saying, but I think you like stronger. For you, I think you like
Yeah.
stronger cigars, right?
I mean, yeah, I guess you could say that because I don't like Connecticut, but I mean, I'll smoke a damn good Cameroon any day. But that's more of medium, of course. And
Okay, but for example, do
um,
you like Don Carlos or Don Carlos Personal Reserve better?
uh, probably the personal reserve, but
Probably, definitely. What's the main difference?
yeah.
Personal Reserve is way stronger. Again, I'm not trying to
But it also
like fuck.
depends what type of mood I'm in, though. I mean, if you were to ask me, I mean, it depends what type of mood you're in too.
Uh, now, I will always take Personal Reserve over regular Don Carlos. Uh,
Yeah.
always. It's not even a comparison. The Personal Reserve to me is way better, and not just because it's stronger though. The, if something's great, if you can make it stronger without losing its greatness, yeah, but only make it better. However, if you take a cigar and just add more hair or go higher priming, it doesn't always mean it's going to taste as good. You know what I'm saying, though? Um, for a prime example, that my father, 100 años, the Le Bijou, stronger version of the Bijou. In my opinion, I didn't like it as much as the Bijou. Yeah, it was
I
stronger.
didn't like it as much either as the normal.
It raised the strength and the darkness and heavier, but it actually simplified the blend. A lot of times when you push your blend harder, for example, it's almost like you have a hollow point, right? You can have standard pressure plus P or plus P plus, and then you got companies that really load it hotter than that. Just because you could push the bullet faster, if the bullet wasn't designed to expand at say 1,500 feet per second, it was designed for 1,200. Yeah, that bullet's gonna hit harder, but it's almost gonna implode on impact. Does that make any sense? So would that mean really get you a better performance initially, but at the same time, no, you actually get less penetration because sometimes when you push things harder, if they're not ready for that, not designed for that, they destroy themselves. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, yeah,
So same thing with blends. Just push it stronger. Take the Solus. Just add more hair, it'll be even better. It's like turn the volume up. Yeah, but the volume, if you're going up in volume, but then static happens, you know what I'm saying though? Lower the volume. So that's all I'm saying with strength. I mean, you can't. It's not so easy just to make a cigar stronger and be equal, let alone better. But the Personal Reserve was not only stronger than Don Carlos, it was even better. You know what I'm saying? No, that's hard to do. To make a cigar
yeah,
stronger
yeah.
and still be beautiful. That's
Very,
hard.
very, way more complex. It was, very good, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
No.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I'll retract my. I don't know that this is better
Hey,
than the
don't let
El Rey.
Richie was just mind fucking you, man. Don't worry
No,
about
no,
that.
no, no. As I'm smoking this and I'm thinking about it, I mean, I can't say that it's better. I think they're very. I think they're definitely equal for me anyway. Both very, very. Don't get me wrong. They're both excellent cigars.
I feel like we just had like a legal cigar court battle. Like, Your Honor, the state rests its case. We want to drop the
Yeah.
charges.
No, they're both excellent.
No, and
Yeah, I don't know.
I wasn't saying you were saying it wasn't excellent. Um, I was just trying to understand why you liked it better, and if it was simply if if some people just prefer stronger, it doesn't matter if you had a great medium blend or medium full. And I respect that. Some people just literally don't connect with anything other than full strength.
This definitely hits harder, but yeah, I'm just kind of thinking it over. The spice actually, I think on the El Rey is probably more beautiful than this.
Right.
Um,
I think it's that cigar to me is like a rocket ship. From the first puff, it's like let's
yeah,
fuck it. That's
Oh
like
yeah,
riding that's like riding a Harley in shorts and no helmet. Like
yeah.
you you're gonna go for an exciting fucking ride. There's no safety on that cigar.
Did you see what I texted though? I had originally lit the Firewalker. I'm kind of bummed. I am bummed. I lit the Firewalker, and I don't know if I damaged it or if it was like that when I got it. But the
No,
whole
that cigar, even when I had it, the wrapper was unraveling, and
yeah,
um,
I think the binder that I had integrity issues too because I wasn't getting a good draw. Like it was really like I was losing air. You know what I mean? Like the side of your cigar is cracked or something like that.
it's a delicate cigar, which is crazy because it's really a big cigar too. So that's unfortunate. I would say try to.
I probably got about to smoke that much of it where I'm at now at this, maybe a little less. And from what
Go.
I
You
tasted,
buy
it
it
was
shop?
good. What's that?
Shop? Where'd you buy it?
Oh, shop. I got it at the shop.
I would bitch out the shop. They say, man, I lit that cigar up and I didn't damage it, and it fucking
Oh
unraveled.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna say something to him, but he'll probably give me. So yeah, I'm not too worried about it.
Look at Gio with his 99 cents. Honestly, Gio's flexing on all these haters, man. I mean, I bullshit Gio a lot, but this hater's flexing 99 cents on Richie. I mean, yo, a little goes a long way, man. You know, you know, and the lounge doesn't run itself. You know what I'm saying, though? So everyone that listen, everyone's that busting Gio's balls, unless you're putting in 99 cents, just shut the fuck up. You know, Gio's fucking like shut the fuck up. Yeah, Gio, you gotta hit the gym, man. That's a nice tattoo, but you gotta pump those arms up, man. Those arms are looking soft, Gio. Gio, we gotta get some muscle on those biceps. Now he's gonna be all mad, you know. Hey, what's up, Notorious? Am I coming in good or not?
Oh yeah, you're coming in good. You're good. You're good.
Yeah, the Firewalker is a cool cigar. It's definitely really unique, but it's definitely very delicate. So
Yeah,
that's
I could.
unfortunate.
Yeah, I could tell it had some unique flavors to it. So yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, you're right. The wrapper did seem very delicate, and yeah, like the cap just wasn't put on very well. Like it was the cap was coming off, and just I don't know, just it just wasn't. I think yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it might have been my fault.
Well, I'm gonna say this: it could have been your fault, but also not your fault. Meaning the level of care you have to do with the Firewalker compared to a regular cigar. The Firewalker is very easily damaged. I remember holding it, and just from holding it, I remember just hearing crack, and like I went right through the wrapper and bind it. You know what I'm saying though? Like when I was smoking it, but luckily it was towards the end, and I still enjoyed it. But like for some reason, that's a really delicate cigar. So
Yeah,
you could have damaged it, and thinking I didn't damage it, but like it's a big fat cigar, so in your mind you're thinking, why would it crack so easily? I don't have an answer for you, but I'm
yeah,
telling you that's a delicate fucking cigar.
yeah, yeah. I almost didn't buy it because I realized I was like, "Fuck, this is a 56 ring gauge." I don't normally like cigars that big, but that's the only size they make. So I found out. So
Yeah,
I gave it a shot. I'll give it another try. I surely will.
I don't know. Maybe buy it on the internet instead. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know
Maybe,
what's the right call. I don't know what's the right call.
maybe.
Really
So I don't
expensive.
know how long they've been sitting there either in the shop. I think they've been sitting there a while. I think
It doesn't come in the cellophane, right?
no, it had cellophane in it.
Okay, I thought it does. I don't know. You said Mork and Mindy, yeah, Mork and Mindy. I used to watch that show when I was a kid.
Mhm.
Uh,
That's back when like good sitcoms, 80s and 90s sitcoms were the best.
mhm.
Just like
Yeah,
80s and
I'll
90s
agree
movies.
with you. There was some in the '70s good too, like All in the Family.
Yeah. Yep.
Uh,
Sanford and Son. I like Sanford and
uh,
Son.
the
You know.
Jeffersons.
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
Um, if you watch those older shows, like they're definitely edgy compared to today, but at the
Yeah.
same time, everyone like joked around those shows, but they all got along. Like you, like in the shows, like in the Jeffersons or like Sanford Sons, they might have friends of different races all hanging out, and they'll bust balls and make jokes, but they're all hanging out. You know what I'm saying though, and
Yeah.
nobody got like offended about anything. You know what I'm saying though,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
because you watch those shows, they were breaking down racial barriers where there's even like On the Family. He would say some off the cuff shit, but at the same time, the show would always be, It, I don't know. The people just got along. Sanford and Son, I loved. That remember me and my father used to watch that.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. My dad got me into Andy. I like Andy Griffith too. That's going back a little further, but I still watch Andy Griffith. I still watch that shit. Don Knotts. I mean, the guy cracks. I love Don Knotts.
I never saw that.
No, never watched Andy Griffith.
I mean, I could have as a kid. I remember the Dick Van Dyke Show. I remember Lucille Ball. I remember watching the Wooden Soldiers. Uh, Going old school, Three Stooges. Who's the other guys? They were kind of like Three Stooges. There was two of them.
Laurel and Hardy.
Laurel and Hardy. Those guys
Yeah.
were great. No, but then who's the other two guys? Who's on first?
Oh, Abbott and Costello.
Mm-hmm. I mean, funny motherfuckers, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Funny
like those old shows. Yeah,
I mean,
MASH.
what's that?
Notorious said MASH. Yeah, that's another
Oh,
one.
yeah, great show. I mean, I used to watch it years ago. I remember Wings, MacGyver. I mean, great fucking shows. I just got into the 5th season of Miami Vice, and it's like my 3rd time of cycling. And every like few years, I watched all 5 seasons. What an amazing fucking show!
Mm-hmm.
Miami
Yeah.
Vice. It's on Tubi right now. If you want to watch them, season 1 to 5, the character development, the amount that they spent on live action, no CGI. I mean, every episode has a car chase, a boat chase, helicopters, explosions, multiple gunfights. If you watch Miami Vice as a real cop show, it's 5 years, like 5 seasons. Every show, Don Johnson kills at least like 3 to 6 people. Think about that. Imagine a cop with like 200 bodies on him. Like, holy shit, in 5 years. Dude, how is he not under investigation? Like, every episode, he's just blasting people. They never even saw him going to buy ammo, like, or going to the armorer, the what do you call it, supply to get ammo for the police department. He's just always got ammo. This motherfucker. I mean, if every episode this guy's wasted even 2 people, right? That's a lot of people. 22 episodes, 5 years. That's 200 bodies. Lowballing. I mean, there's episodes he'll blast 5, 6, 7 people, and you're like, and never like investing. It'll just be like they'll show the captain. He's like, "Well, it had to be done." Yes, sir. And that's it. The music comes back on. He pulls away in the Ferrari. Doesn't even stay for the investigation. Like, I witnessed a guy get run over twice in front of a bar as an Uber driver, and I got stuck there like 4 fucking hours in the rain. The cop's like, "You ain't going nowhere." Meanwhile, this guy in the show is like blasting 5 people. He's like, "Yeah, I gotta go home. I gotta,
Yeah, you
I
still
gotta
have
go."
that.
I don't know.
You still have that old YouTube video up of that one where
Mhm,
you're on the news. I watched that.
mhm.
That's fucking crazy.
Well, it's more about not just that it happened. It's just that I'm paranoid, and I talk a lot of things, but if I say it happened, it's 100% take it to the bank twice. So I like things like that when I have proof like that. It's like, you think Richie's lying? Like, because there's always haters, man. I don't give a shit about the fucking haters. Like, I don't care about Gio. He's a fucking hater, you know? Here's what it is. Here's what it, but no, you get what I'm trying to say, man. It is what it is. It's what it is. Nobody cares.
I will say this. So this 1935 has calmed down a bit. It's still strong, but the punch calmed down a little bit. And I will say, I will definitely say the consistent spice level on the El Rey is better than this.
I just
And
El
the
Rey's
the profile I think is better than this.
yeah, the El Rey profile, right? If you take away the strength factor, the profile of the El Rey is beautiful.
Yeah.
If you want a strength factor, then yeah, you got to go with the 35. You know what I'm
If
saying?
you want a punch in the face, get this one. But the
Yeah.
profile is more beautiful on the El Rey, I think.
Right. Yeah. No. You have to ask yourself, what
After
do you?
since this has settled down a little bit, and I've got a chance to get it, and I've had these before, but it's probably been a couple months. I wanted to come back after smoking the El Rey, and I've smoked 3 of those in the last I don't know what if I couple
Dude,
weeks
I
I've had
had it
them.
last night, man. I loved it.
Yeah, yeah.
What size is that?
This is the I don't know. It was whatever size got number 2 when cigar aficionado rated.
So it's the
Um,
bigger one. Have you tried the
it's
small?
it's a longer one. It's not a very it's not real thick or anything, but
No, no,
it
but
was a
they have a tiny one.
torpedo box press.
Yeah. No, they have a tiny one. Have you tried that one?
Well, define tiny because I saw one. They had another one in the shop, and it was 5, but it was like by 60, and I'm like, I don't want it by 60.
No, no, no. I haven't tried that one. But in defense of that cigar, because that cigar is pretty strong, maybe the 60 gauge would calm it down to a point where maybe it becomes more beautiful. What if that's a possibility? Do you know what I'm saying though?
Maybe, yeah, maybe. That's just
But the
I don't like.
worst
Yeah, I
case
don't.
is if it just feels like it's a watered down version, then that would just suck.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying though?
I'm sorry. My mouth has limits. My mouth has limits.
So, so you don't accept it. What are you trying to
Yeah,
say?
cigar
That
gets too big. I don't want that thing in my
that
mouth.
sounds like hate speech.
I don't want that thing in my mouth. No,
Now you do what you got to do.
yeah.
He says El Mundo's a
You know what I mean though. Cigar gets too big. I mean, it's just uncomfortable trying to smoke
You got to stretch a little. Uh, Sacco, how's your balls? Jason says, fuck Rocky Patel. I knew the legend was right. It is what it is. It is what it is. I wonder if I'm gonna. You want to hear something about this dark turn the show has about nobody cares? How long would you say this nobody cares thing's been going on? About a month? Really dark?
Probably, probably. I think it started. You started it as a joke, and it kind of grew wings.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I think a correlation. Because I always like to self-reflect or investigate why things happen, even if it's something I do. Um, I have bad C5, C6 neck for multiple reasons, not just BBW, but I mean, Richie's been through a lot. Long story short, the VA wanted to put a plate in my neck. I don't want to put a plate in my neck. Um, so I go to the chiropractor, which really helps. But I have to sleep with a chiropractic pillow. It's a very special design, and it keeps pressure off the back of my neck. So it lets me get into good sleep without my arms going numb, okay, with nerve pain. That pillow I've had for like 3 fucking years. And Richie's head is a tremendous fucking skull. The pillow's worn out and it doesn't have the shape no more. I'm dead serious. And now I'm not sleeping right. I haven't slept right in about a month. The week before I went up to see my daughter, I called up the old VA in New York. That's where I got it from. If they could give me a new one, and they said no, but I said at least tell me the brand and what it was, the company. And I called the company, which is out of Colorado, and they said okay, yeah, well you could pay for it $25, and I did, but I still haven't gotten it. And because it says oh they're waiting for the middleman to get bring the supplier, and they said it was going to be in last week, and then they called me on Friday last week. We thought it was going to be in, but we screwed up, so we're going to overnight it, and I still haven't got it. And that's what I'm saying is in a month I've been getting terrible sleep and like waking up my arms paralyzed because the pillow that I need that keeps the pressure off my neck is somewhere fucking lost in the fucking mail. It's fucking pissing me off, okay? 25 fucking dollars. Right?
Yeah,
So my point is this. I think that nobody cares. It's a simple solution of just and I paid for the fucking pillow. They don't care. They don't care that it's affecting my sleep. Uh,
it's put you in a bad mood and affected your sleep.
and all of it. All of
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
All of it. You see me now. You don't see, I'm fucking exhausted just because I'm not sleeping right. I'm going to bed 6 hours a night, but I need that fucking pillow. So as soon as I get the pillow, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna order another fucking pillow, so I have a backup one.
that's a good idea.
He said tremendous fucking pillow. Yeah, he said I had tremendous fucking skull. It's the truth. You know, that's what my chiropractor said yesterday. He's like, you got a big fucking skull, man. It's like it's. He's like, and it's heavy and dense. He's like, your skull is fuck. He said, I wouldn't want to get headbutted by you. No shit. You know, I'm not gonna say my head is like twice as heavy as most people, but it's maybe 50%. That's a lot more. I'm telling you, man. Like, it's a heavy fucking skull, and maybe that's why the neck is degenerate. You know, um, it's tired of carrying it.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. That does suck.
Nobody
Yeah.
cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Well,
Uh,
when you get that pillow, you lay down and you get like a nice like 12-hour sleep. You know what I mean?
Dude, when I get that pillow, man, I'm gonna be hanging out with God. It's that first night. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been sleeping good with that pillow. And I just never thought it would wear out, and it wore out. And that just affects everything. You know what I'm saying? Now you're exhausted and you slept wrong and the nerve pain. But I mean, I don't know what it cares. I mean, we all got problems. But I just need the fucking pillow and I paid for it. Just give me the goddamn pillow. Like, I'm pissed.
When did they ship it?
No, they still haven't fucking received it from their
Oh, they
middleman.
haven't even they haven't even shipped it to you yet. Jesus.
No, they're 20 minutes from my house, the company.
He said, "Can I come and get the fucking thing?" Ask him, "Can I drive over and pick it up?"
You don't want Richie showing up. It's I don't I'm so mad about this. I don't want to meet in person. I don't. Because just imagine, it's like a man was arrested today. You see Richie in the background. Where's my fucking pillow?
People are gonna think you're crazy. Like, I just want my fucking pillow.
He's smoking El Rey Mundo. So you got the stuff. Like you see, I cut a little piece of it. It's good. It's good. It's good. Tastes good. So that's polyester. It's a good blend. It's a good blend. Is what it is. But
Uh,
he said, no. Can you get one from a local medical supply store? No. Nobody else has this design but them.
it's like
It's
a
a special
special, like a
design.
special pillow.
If you want to look at the pillow, it's Pisces Health is the name of the company, and it's the cervical pillow. They only have one, Pisces Health. It's the cervical. It's called the cervical. I forget the name of the pillow, but it's a cervical something. Um, my God, it looks like a bow tie.
Interesting.
It's a really. It looks like a cylindrical bow tie. So picture if the sides weren't like pointed. If you looked at it from the sides, it was a complete circle. But if you look at it
Mhm.
this way, it's a bow tie, but the sides are circle, and it goes down like from both sides,
So,
but it offers really good support.
yeah.
But
So
at
it's supporting
minimum,
your neck and keeping your head in place, probably. Yeah.
yes, yes, it's a cervical pillow. Yeah, I should probably get a miniature one for my ball sack to keep the weight off. My balls are so heavy, you know what I'm saying? It hurts my leg. Nobody fucking.
Geo, Geo said, "Does it vibrate?"
Yeah,
Ah.
yeah. Hold on. Yeah, Gio, Gio, Gio. Does that vibrate?
I knew it was coming. I knew it. I knew.
Is what it is. It's just yeah, Italian necktie. No, it is what it is. And nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? Though, like if I was a 451 woman or whatever, the company would have like made it at my house. We brought the pillow master maker, and he's gonna make the pillow in your house. You know what I'm saying? No, and fill it with gold. But yeah, is what it is.
Are you making a dent in your humidor yet? You said it's a little barely closed.
I'll definitely make it a dent. I mean, you guys see all the cigars I smoke. I think I've only smoked one little Don Carlos without you guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, I still have probably 20, 25 sticks left, which is a lot for me.
Yeah.
Um, I think low side 20, high side 25, and I could be wrong. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less. I don't know. I can't gauge it. Is there was
You're
a
still
bunch of
gonna
different.
you're still gonna visit the lounge, though, I'm sure, and pick them up here and there.
Not for a while though.
Yeah, for a while.
No, I'm definitely good to next week. You know.
Yeah. See, I'm with you though. Like what I was getting at, I guess, is honestly, like for me, like you see my humor. I got more cigars. I mean, I got enough cigars to last me for fucking years, right? But I like it's the thrill of the hunt. Like I like going to
Well,
find,
you have enough cigars for the years, but you're assuming God's going to give you more years. You don't know.
well, yeah, I'm assuming.
No,
I'm
no,
assuming.
I'm not being morbid. I'm just saying,
I
like,
know. I know.
that
Yeah, so I'm
most
assuming
people
that.
die. Most people in life don't plan dying. It just happens, right? Whether it's any reason, act of God, terrorism, disease, car accident, AIDS, fucking slip and fall, whatever. Died suddenly, and uh, and then you see estate sales. It happens all the time. You know what I'm saying? With guns. When I go to the store, oh, some guy died. His wife brought in 40 guns, and here they are. And meanwhile, so you get a bunch of safe queens like this one. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. It's been a safe for like Made 1988. So how old is that?
88.
35 years. 35 years, right? 35
Yeah,
years.
yeah,
Um, you get what I'm saying though? So it's like somebody kept that for 35 years in the original box and didn't use it. They never enjoyed it. But now I'm gonna enjoy it.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying though? I'm
Yeah,
carrying it like
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
yeah,
But
so
is what it is. I mean, I still smoke them. I definitely don't let them sit. But yeah, I know what you mean.
smoking is
No, you're
tough.
not guaranteed.
All I'm saying is the point of no return where if you keep on buying and you can't enjoy what you're buying, what I'm saying is you're just gonna leave it for the next person. Or they're just gonna God forbid get thrown out, which would be a sin. You know?
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely, every cigar that I have, I've smoked. I believe. I don't think I have any that I have not smoked. uh,
Yeah. No,
But
but you got a
but
great
yeah,
you know. You got a great collection. And no, I'm not saying you buy stuff and you're afraid to smoke it, like Gio. I'm not saying that, you know. But
yeah,
Gio's gotten a little better though. He's starting to smoke his stuff.
he
You know?
has, he has.
Yeah, you can't be
Although
afraid.
I sent him a Hemingway, and he still hasn't fucking smoked the Hemingway. I don't know what his deal is. Gio, smoke the Hemingway.
Oh, I know why. Because he's a cigar snob. He thinks he's too good for the Hemingway. And let me tell you something. Honestly, the Hemingway Maduro, in my opinion, is better than Don Carlos. Regular Don Carlos. I'll take Hemingway Maduro over Don Carlos. And I love Don Carlos. The Hemingway Maduro. You like the Hemingway Maduro? Have you had it?
Well, it's funny you say that. I got one right here. A short story. Yeah, yeah, I have.
Oh man,
Yep.
it's like for the first puff, it's very consistent. I love it. I mean, look when PG had the Hemingway Maduro the first time. You know, it was like a life changing experience because it's a really different kind of Maduro. You know what I'm saying though? Because
Yeah, but
Maduros are generally very bravado, balls. You know what I'm saying though? The Hemingway Maduro is not a ballsy cigar at all, but it's not a weak cigar. It's a
no.
very constant, beautiful, sweet, and it's not such an overly sweet where it feels like disgusting, like fake. But it's a sweet cigar. The Hemingway Maduro, like right, it's sweet. It's tons of
Oh
chocolate.
yeah, I mean it's got some dark, like fruit sweetness, fruity, like not fruity, but like dark fruit sweetness to it.
Yeah,
Something
big.
along those lines, like maybe like a dark raisin or something. It's just, it's got that Maduro to it though, so it's not overly sweet, but it's definitely got some subtle sweetness to it for sure.
It's nice,
Um,
man.
but yeah, I sent him the Cameroon signature. I don't think he smoked it yet.
Say again.
I sent him the Cameroon, the signature one, the signature size. I mean,
Mm. The camera finish is great. Um, Look at that from the factory. Too much glue. That can happen on any cigar,
oh
right there.
shit,
Weird. On the inside, right?
that's
Luckily,
weird. It looks
but
like it's past the where you want. Yeah, that's weird.
anything can happen. This cigar had a lot of glue on. I was surprised. Um, but I let it dry out for 2 days because I was going to smoke it last night, and I let it out the night before. And because it's a big stick, the bigger the stick, the more times it needs to dry out. I can't
Now,
stress it.
is that the number two? What size is that?
No, this is a fucking Churchill. I think.
Oh, Churchill. Okay. You know what? I think you keep raving about the classic Monte Cristo. I know I keep saying I don't like Connecticut's, but I'm going to
It
give it
doesn't
another
feel
try.
like a Connecticut.
I'm going to give it another try. I will.
What is it you don't like about Connecticut? The strength or more of the profile? You don't like the grassiness, the hay, the toastiness.
Yeah, the profile doesn't do it for me.
I'd say try this in a Robusto or Corona because it's going to be pretty stout for what it is.
Okay.
At the same time, it's not really that dark, but it does. I can swear to you, it feels more like an old school kind of Cuban cigar than a Connecticut shade. It doesn't feel like a Connecticut shade, like grass, toastiness, black pepper. Like put you the quintessential classical uh, shade is like Macanudo, the white. You know what I'm saying though, or Monte Cristo white. You know exactly what those are about. You know what I'm saying though. This is
Mhm.
not like a Monte Cristo white. This is not like a Macanudo classic. The gold. It's not like that at all. It's not like a Reserve Real. It's not like those cigars. In fact, I didn't even know. Here's the crazy thing: I didn't even know this was like a shade grown, like a it was Ecuador or whatever, Connecticut. I don't know whatever the fuck it was. I didn't know it was that until
Ecuadorian Connecticut. Is
yeah,
that
I
what
didn't
it
even
is?
until recently, and I've been smoking it for years. I wouldn't even guessed it by the taste. I
I,
wouldn't
I
have
think
guessed.
I think the Ecuadorian Connecticut is generally a little stronger than the Connecticut shade, yeah. Or Ecuadorian shade, whatever you want to call
Yeah, and that could all depend on the primings. You know what I'm saying? Though it also
it.
could
Yeah,
depend
that
on
too.
depend on the yield. You know, if you have more of a sunny season, the tobacco gets stronger. If you have more of a rainy season, the tobacco you have a larger yield. So somewhere in between, I guess, is the best case. You know. Um, so I mean, what the fuck do I know? Nobody cares.
No,
Uh,
I'm gonna give it another try because honestly, it's been about 2 years probably since I've smoked that cigar, so I will give it another try.
yeah. Make sure it's not too moist. I'll tell you this: it's a cool size. The Churchills, you get a lot of time. But as far as the flavor, in the Robusto size or the Toro, because the Toro I think it was might be a little skinnier. Um, it's even more intense. So go for it like in the 50 gauge. You know what I'm saying? Or Corona if you could. You know, I'd say Robusto would be perfect, and try it out. You know, this feels like a little bigger, calmer version of that, which is still good. But the ones I would get for 9.99, you know, from that guy, I don't know. Well, those were Toros, I think. Man, by the first third, it really this thing's really picked up. And like I was getting medium to full out of it, and you're like, wow, that's pretty exciting for a shade cigar. You know what I'm saying? No, and the pressure on the cigar, the profile, no, it never went down, never got boring. It was just a very consistent, you know, on the flavor and on the strength. So even if you have a cigar that's only medium plus, medium full, but if it's consistent, it might feel like more stronger than something that's heavy medium full. But then you get it went away for 10 minutes and it comes back, and why that happens, I don't have a reason. But I hate when a cigar goes flat, where it has like a boring part, you know, like a fluff, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I would say, I mean, not to say they're boring, but just in general, right? I think most cigars, I mean, after the first third, they tend to calm down a little bit, right? Like for me, anyway, most cigars. That
It
second
connects,
third is
or the
tough.
opposite. Generally, I find with bigger cigars like a Gordo, I find the first third boring, and then they wrap up. Depends. If it's a long, big cigar, sometimes they need time to ramp up. But
Yeah,
it's also the blend. The guy from Gurkha was saying that lots of times, if they want to, like they'll front load a cigar, like they'll put some stronger tobacco in the beginning to make it exciting. You know,
I
if they
guess
want to do
I
possible.
guess I should clarify though, like so again, like my definition of strength is not nicotine based because being a former cigarette smoker, like I generally don't get sick from cigars. I have before a couple times, but generally not. Like generally, I don't. The nicotine doesn't bother me. So when I talk about strength, for me, strength is more like when you get like that pepper, like punch you in the face, like just like this cigar when it starts out. For me, a lot of black pepper spice. That's what I consider strength, I guess.
Okay, so it's more of the interpretation of the flavor, what they're giving you as opposed to the actual nicotine level.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Um,
I don't know. I mean, it's probably maybe a weird interpretation, but just because
and I wonder if when because the cigars when you have it in the first few minutes are really exciting and then it calms down. I wonder sometimes if that's a cigar or if that's you. What if that first few minutes are just so exciting because right before you lit that you had no cigar, but it's a rush in a sense. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like kind of like your first drink. When you get to
yeah,
your fourth scotch, you're not tasting flavor. You're just getting fucked up. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So
yeah.
maybe
That's a good point. That's a good point. I hadn't thought about that.
it's like sex. You just put it in. Oh yeah. But then if like 10 minutes later you're like, all right, let's get this shit over with. You just fucking just clapping cheeks and you just all right, next song, DJ, you know what I'm saying? No, pump up the jam, pump it up. You're like, all right. You're like, yeah. I'm gonna call you baby. I'm gonna call you yes I don't know. I put on 90s hip hop fucking dance house music when I'm clapping cheeks, you know what I'm saying though? Dun 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 dun. Everybody clap cheeks now. Dun, dun.
You got the skin percussion going in the background, like pop, 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 pop.
It's a real problem, man.
Yeah.
But those '90s, like I guess you would call them like house dance music. Talk about difference in society. You listen to it on those songs, the girls were always very feminine. You know what I'm saying though? Like, I'm gonna get you, baby. But when the guy would come on the song, holy shit, it sounds like a serial killer. You listen to 90s like house music, you know what I'm talking about? Like because the guy would come on and be like, he'll be like, yes, you know I'm the man. That's right. You know I can. I'll make you dance. I'll make you chance. Here, I'm here, spin you up and down, round, round, ha. And the girl's like, I'm gonna get you, baby. I got you, baby. I got you, baby. And you're like, holy shit. I just remember like when the guy would come on in the song in the '90s, it was like Shredder. Like it was like he came in like it was like the devil himself. He's like, I'm gonna make you dance. You're like, shit. Like you listen to '90s house music, when the guy started singing, you knew it was an alpha fucking male, just like smacking cheeks, just fucking just smacking. Listen to it. I'm gonna send you some songs. Like, dude, like the men back then weren't playing around. Like they would sing, but don't call them a bitch. You know what I'm saying though? Men that were singing in the '90s, like you fucking like in like house music, those guys were hardcore. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying though? Like you know what I'm talking about? Or you haven't listened to a lot of house
Oh,
music,
yeah. I'm a couple years older. I mean, I'm almost the same age as you are. So yeah.
but even
I mean,
like the
I'm
Marky
just a
Mark,
couple years older.
even like Marky Mark. You know what I'm saying though? Like
Yeah.
his voice when he come when the man would come on, like you would know it's a man. Now today's music, the roles kind of reversed. You know what I'm saying though?
Daddy's getting hot in the body shop.
Daddy's getting hot in the body shop,
I
doing
mean,
something on
or
hold.
what is it? Something like, oh, mommy doesn't know that daddy's getting hot in the body shop.
Yes, mommy doesn't know. Yeah, and now mommy and daddy both have AIDS. But with Bactaria, you they got commercials literally like I love how they have commercials to prevent AIDS. They're like, if you're having a lot of sex without condoms, you should take this drug before you get AIDS. And then the next commercial's like, did you forget to take that drug? Well, we got the drug in case you got the AIDS. You know what I'm saying? Then you're like, oh, so they got you both ways. It's like, why don't you just wear jimmies and not have sex with 5 people a day? I don't know. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a start. That's a
you know, why
start.
don't people want to talk about background checks to buy a gun or like a 3 day cool down period? Like California, 10 days you buy a gun, you gotta wait 10 days to get it. Why don't you wait 10 days before you have sex with someone? Go to a doctor and check them out. Do they got AIDS? They got chlamydia? They got this? Why don't you find out? Why don't you find out? Why don't you find out? Because you're telling me if went home with the woman and you knew she had AIDS, you tell me you would still hit that?
No, hell no, no.
I'm
God
saying,
no.
dude, it's not worth. The juice ain't worth the squeeze, man. And I'm not judging her. If that's the case, like I feel bad. But what I'm
Yeah,
saying,
sorry. I feel sorry for you, but yeah, I'm not risking that.
well, what I'm saying is though, there are a lot of people that have things that don't even know, or
Yeah.
worse, they have it and they're not telling you, which is a crime. If somebody has an STD and they know, they're supposed to tell you, especially AIDS.
What was
In some
it's
states,
not.
consider that homicide. If a guy bangs a woman, didn't tell her, and because once he gets tested, he goes on a state record that he has AIDS. Okay, and you're supposed to tell your partners. You're not supposed to be having sex with people without a condom, and you're supposed to tell them. And that's fucked up, man. There was a guy that was a rich guy, and he got AIDS from some woman. Well, he purposely slept with literally like 100 women without a condom, and he gave them all AIDS, and he bragged about it, and he ended up dying of AIDS. But like, how sick is that?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you're maliciously spreading it, that's not
Okay, so
cool.
what
That
I'm saying,
that
as
should be a
a
crime
person,
if it's not.
you need
Instead
to
of doing,
prepare for worst case. So go
yeah,
get someone checked out. And even if you check them out, you probably should still wear Jimmy because they could have stuff dormant. Someone could have something that's dormant in their system that the test could be wrong, and you think you're good and you're not good. You know, basically what I'm saying is if you're not getting married, you should be wearing Jimmys. You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
you're taking a chance. Taking a chance, man. Shit, you're taking a chance.
Bag it up, boys.
Yeah. He said stealth aids. Yeah, stealth. Yeah, it's special forces. If like they got the paint on. No,
It's not just about the pullout. It's about keeping yourself protected.
Yeah, SEAL Team AIDS. Richie is the biggest Milli Vanilli fan. This son of a bitch. He listen to a lot of Ja Rule. He says Richie's analogies, references are undefeated. Here's what it is. Go fuck yourself, Gio. Uncle Larry, I hear strength and body being described different all the time. Nobody cares. Anthony P, I think most cigars build up as they go. Nobody gives a shit. Yeah, it is what it is. I appreciate you guys chiming in. You know,
I mean,
it's
I'm kind of curious now, and maybe I'm the minority. Like, what do you guys? How do you guys interpret strength? In a cigar, like, for me, like I said, the nicotine. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm immune to it, but I definitely have a very high
I'm gonna
tolerance.
tell
So,
you right now, majority of people look at strength as like if something's a dark cigar and it has like a lot of black pepper or whatever, but it was only medium strength, they're like, oh, that's strong because it has like scarier notes. You know what I'm saying though? Meanwhile, that's not always the case. Like, this
right.
profile. Profile is not the strength. Profile is the instruments in the band. You understand what I'm saying though? Because you could have a guitar playing classical guitar, and on the same guitar, the guy could play folk music and the same guitar, the guy could play country, and the same guitar, the guy could play Aerosmith, rock and roll. So it's not the instrument. The instrument is what you're tasting. The strength level is how loud the fucking song is, and the blend is the song. Overall, how did all those instruments together? How did you like that song? Do you like that song stronger? Get it that cigar skinnier size. Would you like that cigar quieter? Get that cigar in a fatter size. I can't stress it enough. Nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah, I agree with you on that point. Yeah. What is Notorious says nicotine doesn't hit me too hard, so flavor profile is what it. Yeah, that's kind of what I. Yeah, that's basically what I mean. Notorious for me too. I mean, it is what
I
it
think
is.
everyone has different nicotine
Yeah.
tolerances. I
Oh,
think
absolutely.
a guy that smokes one cigar a week could be different than a guy that smokes two cigars a day. I also think if you're smoking more than one cigar a day, your palate's shot. If you're smoking two, three, four, 5 cigars a day, you cannot taste flavor at that point. You could say maybe get the strength, but you're. It's like if I slept with 5 women a day, after the first one, like, oh yeah, baby, it was great. Yeah, send the next one in. Like, it doesn't matter at that
Yeah.
point. You know what I'm saying? Though, you're limp ticket. After one cigar, the next cigar is tainted. You're not getting what it is. It's like having dinner. Steak dinner is nice, right? You want to have steak dinner again after steak dinner?
No.
But I'm
Generally,
saying, that's what it's like when you have two cigars. You could do it.
yeah.
You could have a fish dinner after steak dinner, but now in your stomach, you're like, why are you doing this to me? Now,
Yeah.
if you had two cigars in a day, but one at lunchtime at 12 and one at 7 o'clock at night, then I can understand. Meaning you could maybe taste it better. And also, if you can have more than one cigar spacing out, it's a better way to do it. However, though, there's sometimes you just want to smoke two cigars, and I respect that. But that's why, in my opinion, I've said this for years, the best fucking cigar to smoke after the cigar is the same fucking cigar. Because you're better off having two steak dinners than a steak dinner and then having fucking, I don't know, the chicken platter or the fucking fish platter, a fish dinner. If you gotta fuck yourself
Well,
up. Or if you're
well,
drinking scotch, stay with scotch. Don't go to vodka. So when you're smoking more than one stick, have two cigars in a row. Because then you'll see how that I did it with all the opus. Those second opuses felt even stronger because that first cigar becomes a foundation.
um, I mean, you can just smoke a double Corona too.
Mhm.
Double Corona. I mean, that's a big ass cigar.
Yeah. No, that's all I'm saying. A lot of guys, actually most
Right, I know
people,
what you're saying. If you're gonna smoke instead of
but
smoking
yeah,
two different
the
cigars,
opposite
smoke
do it because they feel like it's a stupid idea. In fact, it's not stupid. It's the smarter idea.
yeah.
It's the smarter idea. You know what I'm saying? No, it's a smarter idea. Um, I've never seen a guy in a lounge buy a cigar and go buy the same one. Never. They always got to buy something else. Why? It's almost like, oh, why would I want to smoke the same cigar again? Well, you're not. It's the same blend, but it's another one of it, and now it's going to combine. You know what I'm saying? Though um, I'm telling you, most cigars don't pair well with other cigars. It doesn't always work out that way. So I mean, you do what you want.
So, Rich, I have a question for you. I'm gonna show my noobness here. Being naive because I'm not a big. Obviously bourbon and stuff. I've had plenty of them, but if I drink, I don't drink too often, but if I do drink, usually I'm just drinking like an IPA or something, But
It's just
so
chilling out.
any, I've never had a Scotch, believe it or not.
Wow.
So my question to you is, I'd like to try some Scotch. What do you recommend as a good entry level something to try? For
Do
somebody
it.
that's never.
Oh, write this down. Doers 12. Um, there's the other one 10. Lagavulin, not Lagavulin, not Lagavulin. There's the other one 10. Why can't I think of it? It's a very popular one. Glenmorangie 10. It's very sweet. Glenmorangie 10, very sweet, not that expensive. Dewish 12 is very good, not that expensive. And Alberfeldy 12. Alberfeldy 12 is one of the, but that's a single malt. That's one of the scotches. But all those scotches I'm saying, as a newbie with scotch, they're all 40% alcohol. But the profiles, they're not super peaty. They have a little bit, but they're more sweet, and you'll like that. You
And
don't
now,
want to
when
go
you
Lagavulin. Lagavulin and 16 or Lefroy will fuck you up. You're not ready for that. You have to work your way up.
when you this is a question I have. I've heard this term peaty. When you say peaty, what does that mean? Is that like a smokiness, or what? What would you describe it as?
Well, if I'm saying something's very peaty, it's a mixture of extreme smokiness, but also very. Just picture like the depths of the ocean. It's a really almost like briny salt. Like if you have Lagavulin 16, you'll know what I'm talking about. Lagavulin 16 is one of the most peatiest scotches. I had a guy give me a bottle of it because he opened it up at the lounge and he had one sip. He's like, "Nope, can't do this." It was an expensive bottle, and he's like, "You want it?" I'm like, "Yeah," and I drank it. Yeah, I brought it home, but fuck, I had to earn every sip. Lagavulin 16. No, I don't mind peatiness, but you have to be in that mood. Okay, peatiness. Holy shit! Pitch like peatiness is AJ Fernandez in full power. Like you know what I'm saying though, they're both 40% alcohol, but peatiness is really like that's what scares people. You know what I'm saying though? Like most time with girls, they try scotch, like, oh my god, that shit will make you a man.
Yeah, but I hear that Scotch is I guess maybe for the connoisseur, right? Like
Well,
I
scotch
don't know, like
there's more blends of scotch almost than cigars. There's so many different kinds of scotches. So that being said, the ones I told you is good for newbies. Glenmorangie 10, Dewish 12, and Alberfeldy 12, all $40 and under, and very smooth, very sweet scotches. They're very. I still enjoy them, but they're very good for newbies. If you want to get more expensive, go for Macallan's 10 because the Macallan.
I'm going to make you text me these, right? Because I'm not writing them down. You're going to have
So,
to text
so
me.
I'm wasting my time now.
Yeah, you have to text me these. No, no, I know. It's good to hear the names. I mean, because I went
Yeah,
to the store, I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck to grab, and I'm glad you're saying like, like the one you mentioned. Like, I don't want to grab the wrong one, right? For like an entry level, something that's going to turn me off.
yeah. I've been drinking scotch for like 15 years, maybe a little more. Before I got married, 20. I was 23 years old, 24. Yeah, 17 years. She was 18 is good. When you the higher the age you go, generally the smoother it gets. But
Okay,
I'm telling you right now, though, a Macallan's 10 is better and smoother than other people's 12, and I'll explain why. You're like, why? Well, why is a Padron, let's say 26, better than most other people's Maduros? Um, Macallan uses literally the best fucking ingredients. Like they don't and I prove this, man. I've been drinking scotch for years. A Macallan's 12 is better than most people's 15-year-old scotches. And a Macallan's 10 is generally going to be more expensive than other people's 12-year-old scotches. I'm telling you.
Anthony says 12. Fuck the 10.
Who said that?
Anthony.
Well, you can shut the fuck up. I disrespect him for that. Um, Nobody cares. You're just getting into it. Try the 10 and work. See
Yeah.
if you like it. Then spend because on Macallan's, every year you go up really adds in price. For example, uh, Glenfiddich or Glenlivet. The 12 might be like $40, 40, $50, and the 15 might be like 60, 65, maybe a little more. You go
And
to Callan, it jumps up. like
And
between.
those numbers, correct me if I'm wrong, those numbers are there's like a method to it, right? Like if you say 10, that's maybe there's some 12-year age in there, but the 10,
Stop. What you're talking about single malt. For the most part, I'm talking about single malt. Single
oh,
malt,
okay,
you don't have to worry about that. With the
okay,
blends, the youngest Scotch has to be the
yeah,
age.
that's probably my, yep.
Remember, there's three kinds of Scotches: single malt, blended Scotch, and then blended Scotch whiskey. One blend is only a blend of single malts. So the single malts, a blend of single malts, and a blend of single malts with malt whiskey. I'm sorry, with grain whiskey. So a lot of guys become snobs and go, those aren't good, but that's not always the case, though. And what exactly is the legal definition of a grain whiskey? Like they're mixing it up? I don't know. But like for example, um, uh, what the fuck? Johnny Walker uses mostly blends single malts with grain whiskey. And so the 12 and the 15 though is only a blend of single malts, and that's why a lot of people prefer that one, even over their 18. The 18 is a blend of single malts and grain whiskey. So, but the 15 though is kind of smoky. So I don't know if you like that. You can't just say across the board 15-year-old Scotch tastes like this because you have the blends and you have the quality and everything else and what ingredients they're using and where like there's Speyside and there's Islay. Look, you have to look at Scotland and depending where it's made, it's almost like let's say Nicaragua and Dominican cigars. Depending what part of the island of Scotland they're doing it, they have different. But that's why with blends you can get really crazy shit because with blend, to me, this way. I'll say this: generally speaking, a higher end single malt is better than blend of equal age. However, when a blend's really good, I prefer it over a single malt. I'll explain why. Picture if it's a single malt's a woman, a beautiful woman, fantastic, right? But imagine if you have a great blended woman. If you took the best parts of like six different women, and I'll sound scientific here, and you put them together. If it's a great blend, it's even better than a single malt because they could take like six of the best scotches that go together well, and then every time blended scotches, every time we come back to them, it's almost like a person who's demon possessed with like 10 people. You're like each time you get a different demon. Where single malt is very consistent, but that can also get very boring. Single malts don't change. Every time you drink a single malt, it's gonna taste exactly like you tasted last time. Where blended really gets crazy because especially if you add a little ice or a little water, if there's some blends that can have a lot of different blends. Let's just say 5, 10 different scotches in one blend. It really could change on the temperature and the ice and the water you add to it. But some people might not like that though. And I think a lot of reasons why guys don't like blended, if they're drinking single malts, it's just a snob issue. Okay. I like both. I've been drinking scotch for both, for years for both. There's pros and cons to both, if that makes any sense.
Start with a single malt, though, is what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying that at all.
Oh,
I'm not saying that at all. The Dewish 12 is a blend.
oh, okay, okay.
The Alberfeldy, though, is the single malt that's in that blend. So you get what I'm saying, though? And the Macallan's is a single malt. And the Glenlivet single malt, Glenfiddich single malt, but the Chivas is a blend, I believe. So a lot of people snob at blended scotches, and that to me is a stupid idea. That's single malt is basically the Cuban cigars, and blended is the non-Cubans. And you get it's almost like that. You get people that are like it's single malt or nothing. You know, generally if people are snobbing, it's only going to be single malt. Whereas, bro, you go to even like Johnny Blue, it has 40-year-old scotches in that, but it's a blend of everything from young to 40-year-old scotches. Like I think Johnny Blue's amazing. A lot of people love it. Some people don't like it. I don't care. Johnny Blue's fucking nuts. I love Johnny Blue, but I used to like it at $140. Now Johnny Blue's over $200.
Oh, wow.
Everything I'm telling you is under $50, so it's reasonable. You know.
Okay. Okay. And yeah,
Um,
Larry, I know that I know Larry, I know there's a video, damn it. I'm too lazy to go back and scroll, okay?
yeah. No, he's saying, oh, that's why the whole idea of the blend. No, no, no. I don't care what you're saying. The blends taste the same. What you get out of it, it's a more complex whiskey because you talk about it can have 4 or 5. It can have sky's the limit of how many different things, Anthony. So what I'm saying is the interpretation. That's like saying, Anthony, every cigar tastes the same. No, we could all smoke El Rey de Mundo, and every guy might respect it, but some guys felt this way about it, felt that way, or some guys felt it was stronger, or some guys whatever. I'm telling you, with scotches, blends are more complex. How could they not become more complex? How can they not be more complex? Right? How can they not? If you have a blend of 5 different scotches versus a single malt, the blend's always going to be more complex. However, though, a lot of people prefer, I guess, the purity of a single malt. Uh, it depends what the blend. If the blend is a blend of cheaper whiskeys, then yeah, it's not going to be as good as a single malt. But if you take 5 great single malts and blend them together, like Monkey Shoulder is a great Monkey Shoulder is a great blended Scotch. I think it's a mix of only 4 different Scotches. It's fantastic, Monkey Shoulder. You know, so picture like single malt's a hot chick, blended is an orgy. Orgies sometimes are good, orgies sometimes are bad, right? Because if you commit to an orgy, like yeah, uh, huh? You said everyone in the room,
Yeah,
Anthony.
I
Hell,
like I like bourbon too, Notorious for
hold on,
sure.
hold on. Anthony. While you're in the dome, could you go get me some Monkey Shoulder, right, Anthony? See, Anthony is a single malt snob right now. That's fine. He can go. He can go. He can go up or down.
Uh,
Bourbons are great. I love bourbon too, man. I think one of the best bourbons for the money is Elijah Craig. Did you ever have that?
uh, no, I don't think I've had that one.
Elijah Craig 12 is really good. I really like Elijah Craig. Elijah Craig is nice.
All right, well, I'm smoking 2 cigars. I finished my 1935. That burns quick. I don't know. Like that's a pretty loose pack to me. It seems like the 35.
I don't know. I don't remember that one as far as the time.
But I'm
Notorious though, you have to remember Notorious. Bourbons are made here in America. Scotches are made in Scotland, so you're paying for that shipping. You know what I'm saying? That you're going to pay for that shipping, and anything made in Europe, has a very higher cost, and more taxes. And then you have the import tax, right? So with Scotch, you can have import tax and shipping. So generally, the way I looked at it is a good $30 bourbon was generally like the $50 Scotch. Does that make any sense? I'm telling you right now, a $30 bourbon, and I'm going back then when I was drinking. Everything's gone up, but like even now, you can get really great bourbons for 30, $40. But a $40 bourbon could generally go against like a $60 Scotch because it didn't have to get imported, it didn't have to get shipped, and the import tax. And it's just higher cost. Yeah, I agree with you. So yeah, I'm telling you right now, you could drink a fucking $25, $30 bottle of bourbon and still be pretty good. But a $20 bottle of scotch, I won't buy it. I won't buy a $20 bottle of scotch. Scotch, if I know the scotch around that $30 to 40 is gonna be the minimum. But there's some places that better. Like I bought the Dewar's 12. Most places charge $45. I bought that for $27, $28. So that was a good deal on it. So a lot of places gouge too. You know.
yeah. I think this will be fine. What do you think, Rich? The Hemingway Maduro after the 35.
All right, listen. If you want to enjoy it, enjoy it. I don't see why not. Um, how, if you want to ask my opinion, I would have smoked that first.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely not as punchy as the 35, but
All right, that's all I'm saying though. Yeah, so I'd work my way up to the stronger, but that's my opinion though. At the same time, you're in the scenario you're in now. If you want to smoke another stick, smoke a stick.
yeah.
There's the general, I guess, good idea, a good recommendation. But at the same time, you're a grown fucking man. If you want to smoke another cigar, do what you got to do. I'm never gonna tell someone, Hold on, Anthony P sent me a text.
Said fuck you.
Scotches and whiskeys. Yeah. So yeah, he's got a nice collection. I get that. But I'm telling you, man, even if you have a nice collection, you can't let like be blind about stuff. There's great blends and there's great single malts. There's some bad single malts and there's some bad blends. You know,
Yeah. Geo, did you notice what I did here, Geo, or what I didn't do?
you caress the nipple.
I didn't cut the nipple off, Geo. Save the nipples. Don't cut them off. There's no point in cutting them off. You see how
Tito's,
that's going, Geo? You don't have to cut it off. It lights. It lights up.
yeah, yeah. Big Firm is gone. We haven't seen Big Firm. You know, we got Sacco here. We got Notorious. Got Anthony P's in the Dome. Uncle Larry. Yeah, kind of a little bit of a quiet night. I guess nobody cares about Richie, and that's okay. Gio's gone. I don't know what happened to Gio. I put Gio in the Dome, and I think he got mad.
Yeah, he didn't come back after that. He's there. He's lurking. He's got a beer.
You know, it is what it is. He's putting cream on his tattoo. I think he got mad when I told him he's got to hit the gym for those arms. You know, it is what it is. But I owed him that because he tried to bust balls. Remember, I sent that picture without, you know what I'm saying though. He's like, oh yeah, you just try to push it too. My arms are bigger than his legs. You know what I'm saying? No, people want to hate on Richie, man. What'd you think about those heavy bag pictures?
Yeah, that's crazy. I wouldn't want to be that bag.
dude, that's that's not fake, man. That's I can't stress.
I don't doubt you.
I
I don't doubt you.
destroyed the video. I destroyed that gym. I got banned from LA Fitness for life. I set all those bags through all the walls. I mean, broke all the sheetrock. That was at the beginning of. You see that the two holes. By the end of like that summer, like there was just holes everywhere, man. And there'd be like girls on the other side, like stretching, trying to do some yoga, you know. And Richie fucking just.
Like, you see Richie, you like that? You see Richie?
Sometimes guys would come in and be tapping the bag, and then I go to the other side, just stay on one bag and just murder the bag. I mean, oh, multiple times I would knock the bags off the chains and break the whole harness. You know, I mean that's here. I got pictures of that too.
I,
Just
I
fucking.
believe you.
But and then when I would knock on the ground, I would just punch on the floor, just fucking keep up fighting. Or I would carry the heavy bag and start running with it, and then throw on the floor and punch it, pick it back up, run with it, throw on the floor, punch it, and yeah, they got mad about that. So LA Fitness, they told me I could stay at the gym, but they said I have to punch the bag softer. And I said, "Where's the sign for that?" And he goes, "What do you mean?" And I said, "Well, where's the sign to punch the bag like a pussy?" He's like, "Well, we're not saying that." I said, "So, you want me to punch the bag like a man or a woman?" He's like, "No, we can't say that." I go, "Well, you're saying," I said, "it's a boxing bag, right? So you wouldn't tell someone how much weight they could lift, right? If someone's strong, they can go more. If someone's weak, they can't. So I'm really strong. I'm pummeling these bags. So tell me what I can and can't do. Oh, we can't say that, but just please don't hit them that hard." I said, "Put a sign though." "Oh, well, we're not going to do that." And then finally the guy said, "Well, we're just going to have to ban you for life."
Like,
So
I'm a big fucking guy. What do you want me to do?
he literally said, "Well, why do you have to hit it so hard?" My
I'm like Ivan Drago. I don't have an off switch.
I'm not. Listen, I'm not. It is what it is, man. And I was 30 years old. I was fucking. I'm 40 now. Like back then, I had a lot more piss and vinegar in me. I mean, a lot. That was peak Richie. That was peak. Now I'm just gonna grab a piece. If you someone tries to attack me, I can still handle myself. But like, nah. Peak Richie at 30, man. I would leave that place and my hands would just be bleeding. Because at best, I would just wear like the thin gloves, not even like full size boxing. I'd leave there bleeding, just hands bleeding. Just most of the time I would go bare knuckle on it, and that's what it is. That's what it is. Nobody cares.
You gotta let out some of that aggression.
I remember after that I went to the next gym, and the first day I was there, but they had mirrors behind there, and I punched the fucking bag. I went to the mirror and cracked the mirror, and I was like, fuck. So I stayed a while and went to the next bag, and I started just being really light with it. And some guy came in, he's like, "Holy shit!" I'm like, "Yeah, man, this fucking thing is fucking crack. I don't know who the fuck did that." And I'm just tapping it like I can't. I played it cool. I didn't want to walk in and walk out. They knew it was me. You know what I'm saying? Though.
Yeah.
It's a fucking Richie. I had to fake it for that for like a little while. Just tap it, fucking the mirror. Dude, I mean, Yeah, that mirror just shattered. Here's what it is. Nobody cares. Why do you have to go so hard, Richie? It's not. That's just what it was. I wasn't being lying. I wasn't. I don't know. I don't know. It is what it is. I think this is the last lounge. I think I'm going to shut the channel down. What do you think?
Why are you gonna shut the channel down?
I hate this place.
Fuck this place.
I fucking hate this place. I just hate this place.
I'm
I
leaving.
just
Fuck
hate
you. I'm
Richie's.
out.
What's that?
I'm out. Fuck you.
Yeah, this is not. No other channel does that. And I'm not trying to be different to be different sake. I'm just being myself. Like, I don't know why you guys come here. Like why do you come here? Like, we love this place, Richie.
We obviously like the abuse.
Oh,
He
you
said,
don't want to watch?
he said, I don't want to watch Jimmy. You can call him DJ. I never got that. I'm not trying to pick on the guy and talk shit. I'm just saying I never understood Pick Jimmy, but I don't know.
Look. I respect that he has a channel, and I respect
Yeah, yeah,
everyone that channel. However, though, it's like as a man, I put on some of these shows, and I'm like, I don't like this character. Like, I wouldn't hang out with this person. Like, you know what I'm saying, though? Because it doesn't feel real. Whatever, it feels like all the channels guys are just pretending to be a character, whether it's like bro or whether it's superior. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm here, and you're gonna watch, and this is what we're
yeah,
gonna do. And you're like, I'm like, no, what the fuck is that?
yeah. No, I know what you mean, right? And hey, God bless if that's what you want to do. Then hey, but I feel we have we're just guys smoking cigars, right? That's
Yeah,
all.
yeah, we're being disrespectful to each other. Which Who we got here? Chewy, Jason. He said, I'm gonna go fuck myself. Yeah, yeah, and do it twice. And do it twice. I don't want to watch it. Please give Jeremy my number. I'll send him some whiskey. Oh
Oh
shit, he
yeah.
flexed. You hear that shit?
God
He
bless.
said, yeah, yeah. He said that he'll say, watch out, he doesn't send you blended piss.
Yeah. This is gonna be piss. It's gonna be with jars of piss.
Yeah, bro. How would he send you samples of scotch? How would he do that? How would he send it to you?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know. You can afford your own scotch. It's just gonna be like in a Tupperware jar, like a Gatorade bottle.
This one's really dark. I think it's been aged a long time. It's just like week old piss. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, Anthony. I
I have.
have
I
little
get
sample.
Anthony. It's the Anthony P ticket show. Now he's getting all cunty about. He's like, I have little bottles.
No, that's a nice gesture, Anthony. God bless.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
appreciate
I think he was gonna piss on them. I don't.
it.
No, you think that's funny, bro? There was a guy last month, 2 months ago, who got arrested. He had like herpes and syphilis, and he was a janitor. And I'm not saying he had that because of janitor. I'm kind of telling the short version. And at nighttime, he would walk around the office building and clean the building. But anyone that left a water bottle, like on their desk or in the locker room or in the kitchen, he would smear his balls and his dick all over the bottles, or piss in them too, and then whatever, and like rinse them out, and people would always complain. Oh, he was pissing in the water, take the water jug out and piss it in, put it back, the old water cooler. So many. What's that?
Why? Like, what is he getting off on this? I don't understand. Like, are
He
these
gave
people that pissed him
so
off?
many women at this company got herpes and hepatitis and diseases from this guy, and eventually they figured out. They put a sting, and even when they figured it out, the company didn't fire him right away. It took some time, and so the company got sued because obviously it's a bad look for the company. Even though he's going to
Yeah,
jail, now the company looks bad. You know what I'm saying? Because they're trying to handle it on a corporate level, and I'm not sure how much prison time he's going to get. But I mean, girls got like herpes and hepatitis from this guy from just like smearing his dick and pissing on their water bottles. Never leave your water bottle at work. Never leave. Fuck that.
Yeah, no.
That's fucked up, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you never know, like, you never know what happened. Like, like I mean, I generally work from home these days for the most part, but like my office when I was going in more regular, like we'd have cleaning people coming in at night and shit. And I'm not saying they were doing anything, but I guess
No, it
just the point I'm
takes
making.
one.
You never
Most
know, like you
janitors.
never know
Uh,
what somebody might do.
yeah, most. I'm not talking bad about janitors because I've done that job before. They do their job and they go home, but there's always
Mhm.
a sick fuck. You know, it takes one.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
that's fucked up.
dude. That's fucked up, man. Dude. He was doing it a lot. Holy shit. What is happening? Oh, someone's getting their car towed.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. You look like you had some lights going on by you.
Yeah, their car's not working. I don't know. That's what it is. Nobody cares. Yeah, teabag in the office. Yeah. Look up the story. Look up the story. A janitor pissing in water bottles. That's a true story. Could somebody find out what state that was in?
Hmm.
Imagine getting like a herpes like that. That'd be terrible.
That's
You think I should?
That's
I should
why
go?
that's why I'm with you. That's why I'm with you. When I go to a public bathroom, like if I gotta go number two, I'm building a nest and hovering. Like I'm not sitting on that
Yeah,
toilet.
like if it looks clean, you can wipe it off, and I'll use paper towels or hot water and soap, and wipe the chair still, and in front of the
Yeah,
chair where the balls go, and then I'll still put paper towel down.
yeah.
If it looks bad, I'm hovering.
And
I'm not
I'm
even.
not touching. I'm not touching a fucking public bathroom handle. No,
No.
the paper
Oh no,
towel
the
I use
handle
to
too.
dry my hands. That's what I use to open the door
Mhm.
with.
I can't stress it enough. Like, because also you got to remember in public bathrooms, a lot of people are doing drugs in there. Um, I saw in some places they're only putting blue lights in the bathroom. Do you know why? You can't find your vein under blue lighting because so many people are going into uh, gas stations and shit like that, and they shoot up heroin, but then their veins might explode, and they get blood all over the walls, and then the people at the gas station got to clean up AIDS blood all over. It's disgusting.
Yeah. What
Disgusting.
the? How did we get here in this point in our country where we're putting blue lights in the bathroom? It's fucked
I'm not
up.
gonna be serious, and you can call me whatever. I think that you forgot about God. There's no, and I don't care what religion. There's no morality. No morality. Yeah, and people without morality are hopeless. And whether they're fucking 10 people a day at a parade, or shooting up their veins in a thing, or pissing in people's water bottles, clearly those are people that have no fear of God, no morality. You know what I'm saying? Though I'm not saying the world was perfect, but you know what I'm saying? Though, where's
Yeah.
the fucking respect in any of that? Whether respecting yourself, right? They teach people you're not important, right? You know, or you're worthless. Yeah, so if you're worthless, go do drugs, right? Or whatever, you know, or it's sad. It's really sad. Yeah, that's why.
Here's a question. Here's a question for you for analysis because I was talking to my friend the other day and we were just talking about just crazy shit going on in the world and one of his thoughts and I don't know that I 100% agree but I could see where he's going with it but so here's his thought. I want to know what you think. Do you think maybe we're just discovering? Well, how do I want to put it? He thinks the world has always been just as fucked up, I guess, but he thinks that it's more in the headlines and in our face now because everybody's got basically a handheld computer and internet in their pocket.
In some ways, I could agree with that statement because you never knew in the next state over or the next town over everything every day that everything happened with
Hmm.
social media. At the
Hmm.
same time, when I was a kid in the '80s, nobody locked their doors, so you could say, "Oh, it was always like this," but I've seen this country decline in the past 30 years. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So
yeah. I agree. I agree
when I
somewhat
grew up
with his
in the '80s,
with his
everyone had guns.
statement, but
So
I
like
agree with
had
you
a
too.
gun because it's relatively safe. People had guns, but it was like shooting range, or they bought them to protect their house, but they weren't worried about it. Now, in this day and age, I won't even go to. I don't like going to movie theaters. I don't like going to the mall. I don't like going to anywhere where there's a big venue. I mean, look what happened in what was it? It's everywhere. But like 2 days ago, there was a Sweet 16, and like what was it? Like 40 people got shot, and four of them died or something like that at a Sweet 16 party, and the shooters were 16 years old. I mean, like I'm not going anywhere anymore. I'm not even any kind of party, big party of people, unless it's people I know. I don't because nobody has any value anymore. If you're worthless, you're gonna. If you think you're worthless, you're gonna do worthless things. You know, no fear of God, no fear
Yeah.
of punishment.
Well, and I think it just goes. A lot of the problem too is just respect, and the old phrase, "Love thy neighbor," right? Like people don't people aren't respectful to each other anymore. People don't love their neighbor. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, once again, though, where do you get morality from? Where do you morality comes from rules, and they don't teach morality or rules at schools, and uh, and bad kids become bad people, and bad people become bad adults. Excuse me, I should have brought some water. I got to get some fucking water out of my trunk. This is a big cigar, and any
Yeah,
big cigar, you really should have a bottle of water. Give me a second.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. No problem.
fuck
I'll
yourselves.
hold down the fort. Yeah, PG. That's what I thought too. It is an interesting take, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with it 100%, but I definitely see some merit in the statement. There you go.
Always be prepared. Here's what it is. Ah, that's what I
Wait a
need.
minute. What the fuck are you? You're a big guy. How is that little bottle of water doing you any good? You're gonna have to drink like five of
What's your mind your fucking business?
them.
Sometimes you just need a little pussy. And by that, I mean one that's not abused. You gotta explain. 18 or over. Um, yeah, whatever, man. Yeah, I think people growing up with any kind of morality, it is what it is. Societal decay. So it's not that, it's almost like in waves. You know what I'm saying, though? The world, yes, was it always bad? Yes, there was always terrible things. But if you want to talk about in between wars, America was a pretty safe place to be. And most America, if you take out the inner cities, are still very safe.
Yeah,
But when you add in the inner, okay, you're in Detroit. Most of Michigan's probably really nice to live in, peaceful.
yeah,
But you get
yeah.
near Detroit, New York, upstate New York for the most part, but Albany now and Buffalo, those are more bigger cities, and the crime there has been skyrocketing. And
Honestly, though, like
it,
I've said, Detroit is not too bad. The city of Detroit is not too bad. Like honestly, I feel safe walking around downtown Detroit. I do, and I have. I go there quite often for hockey games and different shit. But it's the outskirts that you don't want to stop in and be in. You know, surrounding the main city.
yeah. So, for example, I think things happens in cycles, right? The '70s were really bad with crime, like New York City and everything. Giuliani cleaned up New York City, but now New York City's bad again. Why? There's always going to be crime where there's a lot of people. But if you take away the punishment, the criminals don't get timeouts. So they keep the amount of people committing crime in New York City is still a small percentage of the population. But if you don't keep these people in prison or get 2 year, 5 year, 10 year timeouts, you get what I'm saying though? So it's not that New York City is there's like you get what I'm saying? There's a small percentage that are committing crime, but they get to keep on doing more because you have people now in the cities having 50 open cases. 50. How are you on the street with 50 pending charges? You've been arrested 50 separate times. That is a DA problem. So that's is you're being destroyed from within because they want to destroy this country from within. There's more agendas behind it, you know.
Yeah. So what the hell? I know you talked about it a little bit, and maybe maybe I haven't really kept up on it. What the hell was the cause of these crazy like riots and shit in Chicago, dude? Like I never really heard like what caused all this, like the shit
Oh,
that's been going on there.
Tuesday night or was it Sunday night? The new mayor coming in, it makes Mayor Lightfoot look like a conservative. The new guy coming in, bro, you wouldn't catch me in Chicago. That city's burning itself to the ground. All these big corporations, anybody who's smart is leaving Chicago. They're not get out of Chicago. It's not because it was always problems with the gangs there, but now it's just mob rule. I mean, you have 100, 200, 300 people walking down the street, flipping cars, lighting shit on fire, robbing and pillaging anything they want to do, and the cops weren't doing anything.
Is this happening like downtown, or is this like on the outskirts, like South Side, like bad side, or is this actually like
It's
downtown main city?
in the city. Um, and same thing happened in LA. People, these kids with social media, they all link up, and there was like what, a couple hundred people showed up to like a gas station, 7-Eleven, and they just stole the whole store. And they said the cops didn't do anything because they said they were so severely outnumbered. It's brazen. It's brazen. It's brazen. In my opinion, though, if you zoom out, this is what they want because the answer in the future will be just martial law. The answer will be literally RoboCop. You're gonna have robots in the street. Stop, citizen. It's um.
Yeah.
So they create a problem. Not the people are just the nails. The carpenter is the guy planning it, right? The carpenters of this world are planning. They want the people to beg for their solution. It's like if I break all your windows in your neighborhood, but I also own the window company. Oh, please come here and fix my windows. We got you. We'll come fix your windows. No, that's all. It's that simple. It's the Hegelian dialect. This is what they're doing. They cause a problem, so you beg for their solution. I can't stress it enough. It's crazy, but I know it's depressing talking about this shit. It is what
It is depressing. Like I said, my wife and I mean, shit, we took a trip to Chicago, like downtown. We stayed for I don't know 3 or 4 days, probably like I don't know 5 6 years ago. Um, but yeah, it was beautiful. We had a great time. That's a shame. It is.
yeah. And so what I'm saying is, though, as far as societies, I believe there's cycles, there's waves. To restore law and order, you have to have punishment because if you get out of order, you got to be punished.
Yeah.
And some people learn from their punishment, or other people don't. But at least in the meantime, while they're being punished in prison, they can't commit crimes in the street. You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
So it is what it is. So right now, all these inner cities are soft on crime, and that's why the crime went up. So the cities didn't get worse. It's not like, wow, how is this happening? Real simple. It's almost like if you never disinfected your toilet bowl. I can't believe my toilet bowl's so dirty. You haven't bleached it in a week. You know what I'm saying? No, so
Yeah.
it's not. You'd be like, wow, like, this is worse than it's ever been. You're not disinfecting. You're not getting rid of the germs. Yeah, and there you go. It's just simple. You know,
Yeah.
societies could take 100 years to build. It could be destroyed in a week. Destroyed.
Yeah.
I'm saying though,
Yeah.
destroyed. So it's an individual and a group if it's both. Everyone individually, if we act civil, as a group, we can have a good society. And the people that aren't acting civil, they're supposed to go to prison. And the reason why they call it, penitentiary, to go pay for your sins. But
Yeah.
uh,
One thing I don't understand, and maybe this is maybe I don't think it's an unpopular belief, but I don't understand why. I'm not saying every prison is like this, but some prisons, the prisoners have pretty good luxury. It's like, wait a minute, like why do you have cable TV? Why do you have music and this shit? I mean, you're there for a reason. Why do you have these amenities? Is one of my questions.
I don't have an answer for that. I've never been to prison. I don't know. Yeah,
Right, right.
people have Xbox. People have
Yeah, I
whatever.
don't get that. It's like you're in fucking prison. Like you're there for a reason. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I saw a video. Of people were shooting drugs in prison. They were smoking meth in prison.
It's crazy.
Well, I'll also tell you this: like the prisons are out of control. They're so short. I don't blame. Who would want to be a prison guard now? They're so short on staff, bro. You could go get hired to be a prison guard this week. They're short on staff.
No thanks. No thanks. No thanks.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to go work at Sing Sing or Rikers Island?
No.
Rikers Island is so short on staff. They have areas where they let a prisoner be in charge because they don't even have guards.
Wow.
Not making this shit up. They got guards working double shifts, 16-hour shifts, because they're so short. I mean, that those guys will burn out. They're not going to stay. Why would you want to be an NYPD correction officer? You have to be crazy, you know. Unless if you got something illegal going on with the inmates, which happens too, because those guards maybe they're making 75, 80 grand a year, 90 grand a year. But why? They can make maybe 90 grand a month if they move weight in the prison.
Yeah, that's not a job I want.
Yeah, that is a dangerous job. And I think it's more dangerous if you're a prison guard, let's say in New York City, and you're not dirty. Because if all the guards are dirty and you don't join them, now they can't trust you. And now they have the guards maybe stab you. I mean, they have the inmates stab you because you can't be like Serpico. Man, like when things go in decline, it affects everything, you know? And it's not a good time to be a policeman or a correction officer right now. It is not. You know, small town is one thing, but like if you're in the city, bro, if you look what's happening like in Portland, look what's happening in Seattle. Like it's did you see what they just approved in the state of Washington?
No.
In the state of Washington now, if a child they said if a child wants to transition and the parents refuse, which means obviously their doctor and their schools recommending, because how would a kid know about that at 5, 6 years old, right? If the parents refuse, the state of Washington could take your kids now. They could take them. So that way they can become that way your little son could become a girl at the age of 5 because you said no. The state will take away your kids now. Good luck doing that. I don't even want to talk about what a parent might do. You're going to kidnap my kid because you want to castrate him chemically. That's what that is. It's chemical castration. Why would a
What
5 year
happened?
old
What happened to parents' rights? I mean,
bro? People are going to leave Washington State like you can't fucking believe. How crazy is that? Imagine them taking away your kids because your little son at 10 years old, he wants to be a girl and you said no. And the state's like, well, no, we're going to take away your kid. What?
I not on the same kind of subject. Like I think it was like last year. My daughter, she's 16, and she does cheerleading and different shit, play and whatever. But she had to go get a physical for cheerleading, right? So she went and got her physical. Everything's fine, of course. But my wife called the doctor's office to get the physical results just to see how everything went. They wouldn't give them to her. They said, "Oh well, is your daughter there?" My wife's like, well, "Yeah, what do you mean?" Oh well, we can't give you the results. We have to give them to your daughter.
They're
You know what
doing
I told my wife? I said, you know what you should have told him? I said, if she'd already hung up. I said, I would have asked him. Okay, well, you can send her the fucking bill then, because
they're taking away rights. I'm telling you, I can't stress it enough. They took
my point is, don't send me any bill then if you're not going to let me, be a parent and have
right.
rights to my kid that's a minor under 18. I mean, don't send me a fucking bill then if I can't, even get my kid's results.
They took God out of school and society. They took the men out of, for the most part, out of most families through divorce and child support. So they got rid of any because the father is the one that protects the family. And then now, the, everything's so weak. Now, even if you are married and you're in the family, they take away your rights. And most people just accept it because they go, "What are we going to do?" Well, you could move out of those states. You can move to Florida, move to Tennessee. move to Texas or something like that.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, can you imagine if your 5-year-old son is like, "Daddy, I'm a girl now," and you're like, "No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not." "Oh, my teacher says I am. She puts me in a dress." And this happens at school now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree with what you say. If you're a consenting adult, do what you want to do behind
I
closed.
never. I can make a joke. I don't care if adults. Once you're an adult, you want to dress up like a
Right,
puppy. You
right,
want to go fuck five guys at Five Guys. I don't care. It's
right,
not.
right. But you're not going to tell me that you're taking my kid because I'm not going to allow my kid to transition if that was my belief. Yeah, that's
Not
bullshit.
it's pedophilia what they're doing. Talking to little kids. The only thing you should tell little kids about that subject matter is if anybody tries to touch you or do anything to you without your clothes on, you tell mommy, daddy, or teacher or policeman. But now you can't say tell a teacher because the teachers will be like, "Oh, it's good for you." You know what I'm saying? Teachers are all pedophiles now. I'm not saying all of them, but for the most part, everything we're seeing, these teachers are pedophiles. For the most part, you can't send your kids to public school anymore. I can't stress it enough. My daughter doesn't go to public school anymore. Her mother keeps her at home. At least my daughter, even if she learns nothing, my daughter, if she for the next 5 years till she's 18, if she just read the phone book, she would learn more than what these kids are learning at public school. I mean that serious. I mean that serious. I mean that serious.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of the Unfortunately, I agree. That a lot of the public school
I
system
sent
just
you the
looks
video.
way.
Do you want to
Yeah,
tell everyone what happened in that video? I didn't know it was your,
well,
your kid's school. Tell everyone.
yeah, yeah. I'll talk about it. And I'm still.
Well, you don't have to say exactly what they
I'm
said. Paraphrase.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still trying to talk to the principal. Unfortunately, the school, my kid's high school had a lockdown yesterday, so obviously he was more busy and didn't get a chance to get back to me. But anyway, we got a private chat going, a couple of guys, and Rich just happened to send a video, and he didn't even know it was my kid's school. It was just a random YouTube video, and I didn't even know about it. This was from a board meeting, school board meeting, and there was a mother there, and she was pissed off, and rightfully so. She got up and she was basically questioning the school board. She had examples of 4 books that were in the high school library, accessible to kids, minors. Granted, it's high school, but they're still minors.
They're minors.
Um, they're minors. She was reading excerpts from 4 books that were in the library, and I'm not even going to repeat. I can't even repeat what. I'm not going to get Richie's show shut down.
I'll say, but I'm going to paraphrase it. Basically, in one of the stories, this child in the story, the parents were making the child do stuff with them in the bedroom, and the child was talking about it with their friends, saying, "It's okay, I know how to do this on you because my dad taught me on him."
Yeah,
Fucking
yeah.
disgusting. But it
And
was
and
it
hold
was
on, it's not even. This isn't like Richie's being nice. Like, this
well.
is
I
the
don't
most
want to
graphic.
because I gotta be careful with the community.
I know, but I'm just saying this was the most graphic. So the excerpts she was reading are something that I would expect to be in an over 18 adult magazine.
No, but it would have to be with adults in the movie though. The story was with children, so it's
Right,
completely
right. So
illegal.
it's even worse, right, right. It's even worse. Like,
It's
it
pedophilia
was it
illegal.
was X-rated shit, like adult content, but on top of that, it was pedophilia because
Yeah,
this was involving minor, like little kids. Like,
yeah.
it's
And
fucked up.
it was the parents. It was fucking disgusting.
Yeah, I was
Fucking disgusting.
speechless. Like, I looked at the video and it actually said the name of the school, and I texted Richie. I'm like, that's my kid's school. Like, no
Bro,
fucking shit. Like,
I can't even if I even went into even minute detail, you guys would be blown away that what was
yeah,
in this book. And every aspect was disgusting.
yeah. I mean,
Disgusting.
I,
This
yeah,
I and this is a kid's book.
yeah,
That person should be arrested and put in jail for the rest of their fucking life. Who wrote this book?
yeah,
Who decided to put this book in the library?
yeah. That's a good question, and that's what
I
I'm
mean, the
trying to
book
get
is
answers to.
literally about the book is so disgusting. But the paraphrase, the father and the mother were both doing bad things to the kid, and I mean terrible things, and they go into full detail. Fucking
Graphic,
sick,
graphic
graphic,
fucking detail.
graphic fucking detail. I
Yeah,
could. It's Sodom and Gomorrah.
yeah.
You could talk. You
You
could say
know,
Bible thumper. You could say this and that. They took God out of school and they replaced it with the devil. Now I understand if you want to have separation of church and the state, fine, but then you could still have morals, though. You know what I'm saying? Though we don't. You don't have to believe in God or read the Bible to have morality. Morality is don't steal, don't kill no one unless they're trying to kill you. Um, don't hurt no one. Don't unless they're trying to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Common sense. That's all gone. It's all gone. It's and the fact that they're trying to normalize it, and the fact that they're like you got to tell the school board what the school board is doing, and they're acting shocked. Sir, please, do you have to read that book? You gave it to kids. They don't. They get mad. They get mad. But you have to call this out. This is complete sin. It's complete
Yeah.
debauchery. I'm sorry. Bringing children to any strip club, whether it's a straight strip club or 451, is sin. But you
Well,
only see it in one
look,
category.
here's a simple question: are you going to let a kid into an R-rated movie without their parent or an adult?
No, no, no.
So why, yeah, why are these books okay? These books are above. These books are
Oh,
beyond an R-rated movie.
these books are triple X.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's my point. It's like this has nothing to do with what you identify as. I'm not even touching that. Like I'm not even getting it. That has nothing to do with it. Like gay, straight, what you identify as, that's your business. And fine, whatever you want to do if you're an adult. But this is exposing children to triple X rated illegal material. On top of
Absolutely
that.
grooming. What and they made these kids read these books. And I watched another video today, and the father said, "You try to make my daughter read this book in school," and she said no, and the kids were bullying her because she wouldn't read the book. I mean, the book is talking about terrible things. I mean, terrible things, and she said I wouldn't read it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm very upset about it. Yeah. Like I said, I sent the principal an email and I told him, I said, I want to talk to you about this. And like I
The
said, yesterday, unfortunately,
boys,
my kid's school had a lockdown, so obviously he had his hands full. So
yeah, but even they could have just manufactured that too, just so that way they don't have to answer any questions. Oh shit, yeah,
um,
yeah, this is going on.
well, I'm gonna get some answers because I want to. My main question is, okay,
Shower in
what is the next course of action here, right? What are you
Dude,
doing about
your daughter's in high school, right? Do you want your daughter to shower after gym with 15-year-old boys in the shower? Some schools are allowing unisex bathrooms. So this girl was saying, I was in the shower and these boys walked in and got naked, started showering next to me, and they're all staring at us. Bro, my daughter at 15 is not showering with boys. I don't care what they identify as. They're not doing that. You know what I'm saying, though? How is that legal?
it? Yeah,
Right? Because
yeah,
on the flip side, you don't have none of the girls going, yeah, let's go shower in the boys' room. No, they don't want to go in there. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Well, so of course, it's like if you open this up, of course you're gonna have boys be like, yeah, we'll just go in the girls' room. You know what I'm saying though? And the school's allowing it.
yeah,
Oh hell no, no. My daughter's done. My daughter will never go back to public school ever.
yeah,
I don't care if she even gets her degree. She's getting home taught. I don't care. Dude, high school diploma now. Shit. What the hell does that mean? These kids don't even know who George Washington is.
yeah,
They
yeah,
don't even know when Vietnam. If you ask them who won Vietnam, the South or the North, you know, meaning America, was they'd be like, oh, I think New York won Vietnam. Like, these kids are retarded.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, I've seen those videos. There's a guy that does those YouTube videos. He just asks questions like, just what we would consider common sense, right? Shit that we learn in school. And like a lot of the youth can't even answer the questions. It's fucking sad. It is.
oh my god.
Like,
Uh,
asking them like, well, who fought in the Civil War? And they're like, oh,
I think it was Hitler.
uh, yeah, they're like naming 'em, like, oh, Europe and New York.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
they,
Yeah,
they asked this bitch what. When was the War of 1812? And she's like, I don't know, in the 70s. Like, yeah,
I'm gonna give you a hint. Think of the name of what I just said.
dude, these kids are retarded. And they're like, oh, I'm not. Oh, how about this? How many states are in America? How many
Yeah,
fucking stars are on the flag? How many stripes are on the flag? How many continents are there? How many oceans are there? How many Great Lakes are there? Holy shit. What's the capital of California? What's the capital of New York? Nothing. Nothing. Nothing.
Oh, bro. I mean, when I was at school, I'm sure the same. I mean, we had to memorize the fucking capital of every state. That was everybody had to learn it.
It's not education anymore. It's indoctrination. It's sick, perverse shit. Sick,
Yeah.
perverse shit. I told you, my kid. Luckily, her mother took her out because they were letting kids shit in kitty litter boxes. They were letting
What? What?
my daughter's friend at 11 said she was, you know,
Wait. What?
she said she was L. I didn't want to even say the word because she liked girls at 11. But then she said she wants to transition and become a boy, and they were supporting that in school and that. And then they were letting people be animals, and her one friend is being a moth, and she wears wings. And at school, she only talks like this. She pretends like she's a moth. She lives as a moth, and they're working with her because that's how she identifies as a moth. Her mother said, "Fuck this, take this kid out of school." She's gonna go to school with a transgender lesbian 11-year-old girl and a moth and kids shitting in kitty litter. All right, here we go. Sodom and Gomorrah. We gotta go.
How does the moth take tests? Do they just write bzzz all over their test and they get an A? Like, how does that work?
They're gonna have when they grow up. They're gonna make $1 million on YouTube. Living life as a moth. And she said she would eat crickets.
365 days of mothhood.
Yeah, yeah. Well, a female moth. Yeah. I'm not
Uh,
making this shit up, man. I'm not making smoke your best shit because I'm not saying we can't bounce back from this, but the society we're in right now, it's imploding, and it needs to implode. We cannot. It's almost like when a company goes out of business, but it's like it has to. So then the building goes vacant. They knock down the building, and they give it some time, and then they build something else. We're imploding. I can't stress it enough. We have imploded. That's your future. Kitty litter, moths, guys that cut off their nuts. That's your future. There you go. There you go. You're gonna be in a nursing home and you're pressing the button for the nurse, and a fucking dog's gonna come out. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, my diaper's full. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh fuck! A dog's gonna be trying to wipe your ass with his paw. Fuck this.
oh, I'm gonna smoke the rest of my Dubais this week.
Fucking guys, smoke your best shit, man. I can't stress it enough.
I got enough to last me a week. I'm smoking
Use it, man. It'll be the best week of your life.
them. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And if you're still here after that, well, fuck it, man. You don't no regrets. No regrets.
Well, I'll be sad that I didn't have any more Dubai though.
But now those memories, those cigars, will live with you forever.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
How was your cigar? How was that cigar treating you?
That's good. Even though I left it out for 2 days, it actually still was a little too moist. I've been touching up a little bit. It's been going out. It just had too much moisture in it. It's funny how some cigars, just might need a little more time to dry out,
Yeah,
and that's not the cigar itself. Um, you know, but
yeah,
yeah, I could use a little more time. You know,
yeah.
I also think that I've been trying to smoke it slower than I normally do, and with some cigars you can do that, but with this blend, I think you have to stay more on top of it. You know what I'm saying? No, because it's got a very thin wrapper, and I don't know if for whatever reason I don't know if that's burning faster than the fillers, and then like the the it seemed like the fillers were staying lit, but then the wrapper was getting caught behind. I don't know. Just give me a million. It could have been maybe slightly plugged. I don't know. I don't know. No, the flavor was great, but I think that maybe it just was a little too moist. Maybe so. You know,
Yeah. I'm gonna pick one up next time I go to the lounge. There's only one lounge by me that carries the Mounties. It was the one I went to today, actually. But
it's such a just make sure it's not too moist.
yeah,
That cigar is not going to perform well if it's too wet. So whatever you do, buy it, take it out of the cellophane, let it sit for 2 days. Just let it sit for 2 fucking days.
all
Um, that's just my opinion. What do I know? He said, "Yeah, smoke your best shit." Yeah, dude. I mean, all that shit. What a crazy time, man. I mean, we're living in a time right now. where the cops didn't do anything. In Texas, where I mean, they shut the party down because parents showed up. But like, there was a 451 party they had for kids, and these people were dancing in thongs for like 5 year olds, and the 5 year olds were like, they were giving them dollars to put in their pants and underwear. Um, and some father showed up. He's like, "What the fuck is this?" And he called the police, and the cops like, "Oh, they got a permit though. They're having a party." He's like, "They're fucking dancing under for kids," and so they did shut it down, but no one got arrested. How the fuck is what the fuck is? And we're living in a time where you have people dancing in their underwear. It's a strip club for kids.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's in any gender. What the fuck is that?
Right. Right.
Like
What is
at
that?
that
Right.
at that point, if we can't say that's not evil, that society will not last. Because what's next? What's next?
Yeah. That's funny you say that. It reminds me. I saw another video. Kind of similar to what I was talking about earlier, but this mother, I don't know where it was at, but it was the same type of scenario. Mother was addressing the school board, and she had a jacket on, and she was complaining because similar thing like you're talking about. Like apparently there was some school group, and they decided to have a drag show at the end of the year. Well, on top of that, they never got permission from the school. Okay. So that was one thing that was already a big problem. Secondly, of course, obviously the drag show. So there's men coming in dressed as women, but thongs, all that shit.
Yeah.
So the mom was making a point. She was bitching to the school board, like, how can you allow this? Well, then guess what she did? She drops her jacket. She's got a thong on.
Yeah.
She's very scantily clad, just like the drag queens were. Well, they freaked out. They're like, man, you can't, you got to put your clothes, you can't do that. You got to put your jacket. She's like, no. It's like, no, I'm wearing the same type of shit that you allowed at this event at your school. And they shut up. They're like, oh, we see your point. Like, come on.
Yeah, but they'll say it's allowed over there because they're trying to teach culture. Listen, no one ever tried to prevent people to knowing what's going on in the world. Like when I went to school, they told you about life, but like fringe parts of society, you don't need to push in someone's face. Like it's such a small percentage of our society, and that society has such a high rate of disease, high rate of suicide, because like you think they're living a fulfilled life. There's look up. There's so many people that regret transitioning, and they're warning kids, don't do it. Like this guy basically missed his dick. He was talking about how he missed. He's like, I wish I never cut my dick off. I mean, it's fucking terrible shit. I don't know if you guys know this. Once you cut your dick off, you can't come back.
Yeah, it's not like a lizard tail. It doesn't grow back. Yeah.
I love how and then it's like also, by the way, the undercrowns are on sale right now.
Yeah, I was just reading that. I was like, they have underground.
He's like, can we talk about cigars? It is what it
well,
is.
well, Rich, I'm gonna say it's almost 12:30 for me, brother. I'm probably gonna cut out of here. Well, I know you're close, but I don't know. Maybe you got time to get somebody else on. I don't know.
No, I'm not gonna put it else on. I'm almost done. I'll probably
Okay.
hang out about 5 more minutes. Nobody cares. I mean, you take care
Yeah.
and
I
go to
appreciate.
school, and hopefully they. I don't think they're gonna change. I think they're just gonna get better at trying to hide the shit now.
Yeah. 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 We'll see what happens. Yeah. I don't know. It's scary, man.
I don't know. All I can say is this: if they're allowing all the shenanigans, smoke cigars at the food store. Do whatever you want. You know, if you want to smoke cigars at the movie theater, if you want to smoke cigars at a hospital, go ahead. Because if they're allowing this kind of shenanigans, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to the next school board meeting. I'm taking a Dubai in with me. I'm lighting that bitch up.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Just because technically you say, okay, it's a ticket if I like the cigar right now, but then bring up to the fact that look up the penalties for delinquency of a minor and pedophilia. Look up the sentence for that, the prison sentence.
Yeah.
You
That's a
say
that's a
so.
felony.
Right, what's that?
That's a felony. That's a felony. Yeah. As it should be.
And then you got to register as a sex offender.
Yeah.
So you want to be a registered cigar smoker? Go ahead,
Yeah. I am a
sir.
registered Fuente smoker.
Okay, bro. When you're on probation or parole, you can't drink, right? You can still
Yeah,
smoke cigars. What if you ended up on cigar probation?
I'd be sad.
I mean, it's not happening, but it could happen.
Yeah, I'd be sad.
You have to go. You have to check in with your tobacco parole officer.
Come and smell like quorum. No, I haven't had any cigars. I promise.
He's, I can smell the he's like empty your pockets. Like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is it? He's like, that's 1 year, 1 year. Sayonara, motherfucker. Like, and then they pull out like a cigar cutter, and it's like a V cut. A V cut, 5 years, motherfucker. He's like, tell me you were doing a double V cut. Tell me right now. You're like, no, I won't. He smacks you. Okay, that was double V
A
cut.
crown cut, and you cut the fucking nipple off. You're going to prison.
He's like, well, you know what's gonna happen to guys like you? I'm probably saying, it's tell me it was AJ Fernandez. You wasted your life for AJF, not even Fuente. Stop. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you enjoyed that new world. You know,
I almost thought about buying a quorum today just to try it, but I did. I did. I couldn't do
I don't think there's any good way to quorum.
it. No.
I wanted to have a quorum night. I don't think I want to have a quorum night.
I'm gonna take your word for it. I'm gonna take your word for it.
I I really don't want to do it.
No.
Yeah,
Would you rather smoke a Cuba Cuba than a quorum?
absolutely,
Holy shit!
absolutely,
Now I know it's bad. I'm not trying. I know it's bad.
absolutely.
Gio wants to know if anyone else beat him in donation tonight.
And not for nothing, VIP of the night is still Gio. Gio is the biggest contributor to the show. I bust Gio's balls. Nobody else contributed, so Gio wins again. Gio is the VIP. VIP Gio. We're gonna start calling him the bag man. I mean, God bless Gio, man. I mean, those 99 cents add up.
Yeah.
Out of that 99 cents, I get about 56 cents, but that adds up.
Yeah. 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 You figure you do 5 shows a week. What, $2.50, maybe a little more.
Yeah, right. Like somehow, somewhere in YouTube land, like we got that 40 cents. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, he said he said it the 99 cents in the mail tomorrow. All right. He said, listen, guys, I don't expect nothing from nobody. We're busting balls. But yeah, Geo the generous. Geo the generous.
Yeah.
Geo the generous. Geo the generous, degenerate. I don't know. I bust his balls. He keeps coming back. He doesn't go away.
He's a glutton for punishment.
He's 451. What do you want to say?
I pay Richie's shouts.
My kid has a little picture of fucking Geo with his haircut on a wall. She's like, that's who pays my mommy to buy food. Yeah, thank you, Geo. Geo, thank you so much, Geo. I couldn't do it, Geo. Geo, I got 1,500 left on this Corolla. If somebody wants to put in $1,500 right now, I will get. I would get a vinyl wrap of their face on my hood. Who wants to sponsor Richie's car? Come on.
and right now you say that, and Saks going to come in and donate 1,500. You're just going to
Oh,
have to get a like
I
a.
would be a man of my word, but I would get pulled over a lot.
You'll have to just get like a black square on your hood because he's just in the dark.
He's such a scary guy. Well, bro, I'll let you go, man. I know you say you got to get some sleep, and I always appreciate you. Always a good time. But nobody cares.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Nobody cares. Fuck this place.
that's it. Good luck. Maybe you should say that to school. You should go to the board meeting. First off, I want to say nobody cares because apparently you think it's appropriate to read triple X
Yeah,
rated pedophilia books to children. This shit is
yeah,
disgusting. He said, I would say these books are worse than quorum cigars.
yeah.
That would be shocking. These are worse than a box of quorums.
Oh, there's Sacco. I was just gonna say I didn't see Sacco, but maybe it's been
He's probably
quiet.
rolling cigars,
Yeah,
you know.
or getting surprise Rolexes. One of the two.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Well,
at the
fucking flex. So that was amazing, Sacco. God bless. That was a
yeah the 15.
beautiful gift.
We saw a 15G watch just come out of the sky. Like, yeah, here you go.
That was epic. That's probably one of the most epic lounges I think we've had. That might beat the Dubai lounge.
Bruh, that was a massive flex, man. Just 15Gs coming out of the sky. Like,
It's like boom.
yeah, it's, he's like, I'll add it to my collection. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was awesome though. That
Well,
was
yeah.
great.
Tents for camping. This is true. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yes,
move into a tent. I'm thinking about it. You know.
you can move to Beverly Hills. Sacco just said Beverly Hills. Tents
Yeah.
are for camping. Oh, yeah, for camping. Oh,
I
okay.
see a whole bunch in Boulder, and here's what it is. Oh, guys, it's 4:20, so everyone out there smoking marijuana. Not me. There was nobody at work today. Everyone took off. All the potheads were gone.
Everybody took off.
I'm being dead serious. And there was no patients. The hospital was no one there. Everyone was getting high. 4:20. I mean,
All
nobody cares. All
right,
right,
brother. Well,
I'm
thank you
gonna.
for having me.
Everyone stay fresh. Take 2 showers. Protect children. Protect the community. Once children grow up and they're adults, they can do what they want with other adults. But this is some sick shit, man. Um, if put it this way, if they're not gonna let parents be parents, then stop paying your taxes. I don't. There's no reason for school anymore.
Yeah.
Because why
Yeah.
would you
No shit.
school and libraries? When I went to libraries and school, there was fiction and nonfiction, but all of it was educational. You had to learn how to read. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, because remember, I was a kid. My dad would say, "Turn off the TV, go read a book." Now, if my father saw that book, can you imagine like old school like mafia parents be like, "We're gonna have a sit down. What the fuck is this? Huh?
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?" I don't. Yeah, dude, you think the Gambinos would allow this shit in their schools in Queens? You know what I'm saying?
No. No.
You know? No. I'll see you guys around, man.
Take it easy, boys. God bless.
Everyone, take it easy, stay fresh, wash your balls if you didn't cut them off.
Save the nipples, Gio.
And Gio cut them off. Yeah. Later, guys.